Yeah, hey, I guess good to be here, despite the fact that it is super late for you guys. And
Yeah.
yeah, thanks for having me on.
Thanks for
This is
coming
the
on.
regular time. Don't let them confuse you.
All right, East man. I just gotta know, man. What got you into the Digimon trading card game, bro? I need to know.
Um, that's a hard one. Can I go back a little bit and give you a little bit of backstory?
Of course,
And
please.
Yeah,
yeah, so
definitely.
um, back when I was a wee young lad, I got a random tape in the mail, and it was for Pokemon before Pokemon actually released.
Okay.
So sorry, yeah, we're going way back.
We're going
Sorry,
way back.
yeah. Um, to this day, I don't know who sent me that video, and it had like the first two episodes of Pokemon on it, and it had like all the stuff that was gonna come out about it,
Mhm.
and I got really excited. And then fast forward like maybe like a couple months later, when it actually did release, I was walking through like my local Books a Million, like in the mall one
Mhm.
night with my mom, and I saw a bunch of kids playing the Pokemon card game,
Okay.
like on in the Books a Million. They like I guess organized an event. I don't know if you guys are that old. Like I'm definitely showing
Yeah,
my age
I
right now.
know. I know exactly
Nah,
what you mean.
not me. I'm only
I did one at
28.
Toys R Us forever ago. The only time I even played competitive before Digimon was one event at a Pokemon at a Toys R Us event forever ago. That's the only time I did it being competitive.
Yes, I'm not the only old man here. Perfect. But I got into Pokemon like, and I played that card game for quite a while, right up until Yu-Gi-Oh came out, and then like a
Yep,
stupid
that's exactly
moron,
the trend.
like a dumb, stupid dummy. Like looking back, I can definitely say how stupid I was. My friend came to my door with like a Yu-Gi-Oh starter deck, and I gave him my Charizard for a Dark Magician. The starter deck, Dark
Oh my
Magician, I gave him
god,
my Charizard
yeah.
for.
I
Man.
know those
I'm
feels.
so tight. Even to this day, I'm so dumb. I'm so mad at myself. But after that, I played Yu-Gi-Oh till about maybe the beginning of high school, and then it just kind of faded out. I started getting into fighting games, and I really took off with fighting games. I love those a ton because after we would go to the mall, after we play Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh in the mall, we'd go to the arcade, and I knew the guy at the arcade, so he'd give me like the hookup. I give him $10, and he'd give me $15 worth of tokens,
Okay. Oh
and then I
wow.
would just like
Nice.
That's pretty
I
good.
play DDR and CVS2, Capcom Virtual
Yes.
Arcade 2.
CVS two.
Yes.
Let's go. I
You love
love
making it, if
CVS
you know what
two.
that is, yeah.
Yeah. Of
But I would like crack out to that until like my parents picked me up from the mall.
course. All right.
And then I went to college, and that all kind of like fell by the wayside. I played a little bit more fighting games, but I never really like continued with card games. I just basically stopped. And then fast forward right before the lockdown happened, a couple of 3 years ago now.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I haven't played a card game in a long time, and it'd be nice to like hop into something. And the one that I saw first was Digimon. I'm like, oh, this is kind of cool. I remember Digimon when I was a kid, and
Right. Right.
so I picked up the what was it, the black and the green and the yellow starter deck. I start because they're all so cheap in Japan. They're like $3 a piece.
Really?
Yeah, they're
That's
dumb, stupid cheap here.
that's crazy.
And so I picked those up, and I was like, all right, these are cool. I very quickly realized the yellow starter deck is garbage, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
trash.
Yeah.
It is the worst.
Yeah. It was
Well,
hot
what was in
garbage.
the yellow? Is that just the what? Is it just the Patamon? What is the only thing that's usable out of the yellow first one?
I think you get Holy
The
Wave.
option. The option.
Yeah, the Holy Wave
Yeah,
option.
Yeah.
maybe Holy Wave, yeah, but like
Yeah, I
it,
Holy
it
forgot
was
about
Flame.
the
awful.
option.
And then I stuck with blue and green, and I've been playing the game for about a month. And a buddy of mine who knows me from working in like esports production, because I'm not sure how much you guys know about my past, but I've done a lot of like fighting game esports production stuff,
Mhm.
commentary, like producer, director, all that stuff. And
Okay.
Hey.
I he's like, hey, the company that I work for, he works for this company that works with like Bandai and Capcom, et cetera, et cetera.
Mhm.
And he's like, hey, we're like trying to do something with the Digimon card game. We got a really good contract with him, and we'd love to be able to like put some like videos and stuff out on the Bandai channel. And he's like, have you ever even heard of this game, like the Digimon card game? I was like, well. And by that time, I was like super hard into the game. I got my friend. If you guys know who Majin Obama is, he's a really big fighting game.
Oh yeah, I know Majin Obama. Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
got him into the game as well. And we would like every Friday night we have like a studio here in Akihabara, Tokyo, and he was like, "Hey, let's like play." And so every Friday night we would get together and we just like play games until like I don't know 2, 3 a.m. Sometimes 4 a.m.
Wow.
And
Huh.
we
Sounds like
sometimes
a
we even
server.
streamed it. Yeah.
I did not know Majin
We
Obama played card games. That's interesting.
uh he played up until maybe a year or two ago. I think he kind of fell by the wayside. He got into some like arcade Fate card game garbage, and I trash on him and rag on him every time I can about it. But yeah,
I
he
understand.
fell out of it, but I've still been playing the game. So yeah, I'm just a big fan, man.
Of course.
Just a big fan.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So like going back into your like fighting game roots. So what essentially got you into fighting games? I'm curious. Like what was the very first fighting game that like grabbed you?
The thing that got me into fighting games was the fact that there were too many people playing DDR. So
Fair enough.
that's a weird thing to say, but my arcade was one of the few arcades on the East Coast that had like a full DDR machine.
Wow.
So you could actually go like had the handlebars, the metal plates, and everything. And
I've seen a few of those. I know what you mean.
yeah, this is back like DDR Max 2, I think it was back like Max 300 and Max Unlimited. Those are relevant to you guys at all, but because it was one of the
We're
only.
reaching here.
Yeah, I am definitely reaching. At every turn, I show how old I am. But because it was one
I know
of
all the DDRs. I just didn't know the names of them.
I mean, they're all just basically the same game.
I don't know anything about DDR. I think Kids of America was on
I
one
only
of the
had a few
machines or
friends who
something.
did that.
It was a fun game for what it was, but like kind of go back to my story.
Right.
We had one of the few arcade machines on the East Coast, so people would come to it. And the way it worked in the arcade was like you would take your token or your quarter or whatever, and you would sit on the side of the machine so people know you were next. The problem with the DDR machine was like there was like 7 people in front of you at pretty much all times if you just walked up to the machine and wanted to play. So I was like, all right, well, I gotta kill time because I'm definitely not gonna spend all my tokens on DDR. So what do I spend them on? And there was like this huge like fighting game setup for CVS2, and
Nice.
my friend, one of my best friends in high school, he was like, "Hey man, I tried this last week. We should definitely give it a shot." And we did, and we just stopped playing DDR. That's
You just fell in
because
love.
nobody was playing it.
Yeah.
Because fighting games are hard, so nobody was playing it. So we would just like crack out to that game the entire day. We basically just hogged the machine, and I played that game. I was so scrubby. Oh my god, I was garbage.
What was your team?
Like,
just curious.
my first team was like Guile, Terry Bogard from SNK, like KOF. And was it Kim?
Kim?
Or no, it was Joe. It was Joe.
Wow.
It was Joe
Yeah,
from KOF.
that's a pretty scrubby team.
Yeah.
What group did you use?
Can't have
C.
a Joe on your team.
C group, of course.
See? Yeah. I solely picked Joe because his taunt was that he mooned you. He just pulled his pants down. Like that was why I picked Joe.
Never mind. It's fitting.
And like I basically just like I knew how to like flash kick with Guile because it was down up.
Yeah, right.
And I knew how to like Joe has like a fireball, it's like 2 hurricanes, and they're kind of hard to get past. So I would just do that until I built up level 3. Or with Guile, I would like either flash kick you or just like crouching medium kick you because it was a really really good button until I got level 3, and I would just do that. Like I was so bad. I was trash. My first super.
I don't know what, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
My first super was I finally after maybe like 10 or 15 games, I got Terry Bogard's Buster Wolf in an actual match.
Oh, word?
But the guy I was playing was really good. And I don't know if you know anything about like KOF motions, but they are hard as hell to do. It's like back down to like
exactly. Yeah.
back and then forward and
Yeah.
And I got it, but the other guy was really good, and he just like he was Dawson. He just fucking teleported away. I was like, all right, cool. Great memory, great memory here. But yeah, I tried Third Strike, but man, when you're a scrub, it's hard. It's really hard to play Third Strike when you're bad.
Third Strike is really unforgiving, man. It's really unforgiving. I mean, I'm a scrub at Third Strike. I play Ryu, and I just do the Shin Hadouken all day.
Oh yeah.
So I'm a scrub too. So don't feel bad.
I felt that. But yeah, I tried that. I got into 4 after I went to college. I played 5. I played a lot of Melee for quite a bit, and then I also got into I'm playing Street Fighter 6. Like after Street Fighter 5, I basically play like every fighting game out there. So.
Really? Okay. How do you feel about Street Fighter 5? In just my opinion.
5 was at launch abysmal, and by the end of it was probably one of the best fighting games out there.
Really? Like ever made, or just like out on the market?
I mean, to be honest, probably ever made.
Wow.
Well, what's up? What's up?
Tekken Tag 2.
I mean,
Yeah.
so here's the thing. Do you guys know what Final Round is? It's it used to be a big fighting game tournament that happened in Georgia in the States.
Yeah, I know about
And
Final Round.
yeah, so the guy who ran that, he was like a really big Tekken head, and so like Tekken was like super big at Final Round.
I love
And
Tekken. I played a lot more Tekken than anything, to be honest.
see, I'm the opposite. I love to watch Tekken. It's kind of like football, right? Like you can sit down with your boys and you can like watch football, but you're definitely not going out in the field against like one of those linebackers. Like no one's doing that. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
like
I
I feel the same way about Tekken. Like I'll watch Tekken, but I'm not getting my my ass busted. So yeah.
I mean, I haven't played it in forever. Like, but I used to play the shit out of some Tekken. Oh my god.
Good game. It's hard though. It's very
Yeah,
hard.
it's very unforgiving.
Hey folks, what you just heard is just a small snippet of the full conversation I had with the DMV Drake guys. If you want to hear more, definitely head over to the YouTube channel for the full interview where we talk about everything from how I got started with Digimon, what it's like playing in Japan, some of the differences between Digimon in the East and the West, some of our favorite decks, some neat deck ideas, and more. I'll put a link to the full interview in the description below. We had a ton of fun, so I definitely recommend giving it a watch. Also, if you do head over there and watch it, let them know that E sent you in the comments. Anyways, folks, I'm gonna get out of here. Before you get out of here, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.